Welcome back, Rugby League fans, to Makena. It is round 13 and things are officially getting chaotic. We are coming straight off the back of an epic State of Origin Game 1, which means one thing: the Origin hangover is real. Between player fatigue, sudden restings, and massive injury news, this is easily one of the hardest rounds of the year to tip. But don't worry, I've got you covered. In this video, we are breaking down the internal team dynamics, tactical battles, and our definitive predictions and estimated scores for every single clash. If you want to stay ahead of the game and dominate your tipping comp, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let's dive straight into the footy. First up on Friday night, the Cronulla Sharks host the Manly Sea Eagles. The absolute blockbuster news out of the Shire is that Nicho Hynes is out with a calf injury that forces NSW Cup half Niwai Puru straight into the firing line to direct traffic. However, it's not all bad news for Cronulla. They are fresh off a bye, and skipper Cameron Makena is strapping up for his milestone 100th club game. They will rely heavily on Blake Brayley and their massive forward pack to grind this one out. Over in the Manly camp, all eyes are on the extended bench to see how Haumole Olakau'atu backs up from a brutal Origin opener. Without Hynes steering the ship, this won't be a standard Cronulla point fest. Expect a highly physical, low-scoring battle through the middle third. I think the Sharks' home ground advantage and superior forward depth will see them scrape through. Prediction: Sharks win. Estimated score 22-16. Moving on to Saturday afternoon, the Parramatta Eels travel to Newcastle, and frankly, the Eels are in absolute damage control. Halfback Mitchell Moses suffered a devastating hamstring injury during Blues training, which completely guts their attacking structure and kicking game. On the flip side, Newcastle is absolutely flying. Kalen Ponga and Jacob Saifidi have both been named to back up from State of Origin. With Ponga fit and firing in front of a roaring, passionate Newcastle crowd, against an Eel side lacking a primary playmaker, the Knights should dictate this game from the opening whistle. Prediction: Knights win. Estimated score 28-14. Next, we head to CommBank Stadium where the West Tigers take on the Bulldogs. Now, the Tigers have struggled for stability lately with a lot of off-field noise around roster movements clouding their preparations. The Bulldogs, meanwhile, are coming off a massive high. Last week, they showed serious steel, staging an incredible 12-point halftime comeback to stun the Melbourne Storm. While a lot of experts are looking for a Tigers bounce back, the Bulldogs' defensive grit, high fitness levels, and sheer momentum make them the ultimate threat here. I'm calling the upset. Prediction: Bulldogs win. Estimated score 16-20. This is the undisputed heavyweight clash of the round: Melbourne Storm versus the Sydney Roosters at AAMI Park. The Storm are stinging after that upset loss to the Bulldogs, but they boast an incredibly stable elite spine with Cameron Munster and Jerome Hughes fully fit and ready to go. The Roosters have been playing some of the most lethal, expansive football in the comp through their backline, but traveling down to Melbourne is a completely different beast. Expect finals-level intensity and brutal defense. I'm backing Melbourne to use their home ground leverage to bounce back in a classic. Prediction: Storm win. Estimated score 24-22. Sunday footy kicks off at Suncorp Stadium, and the statistics look incredibly grim for the Red V. The Dragons' defensive structures have completely collapsed over the last few weeks, leaking an alarming number of points. Brisbane at home is already a terrifying assignment, but with key superstars returning to the lineup to inject explosive speed, they are going to be near impossible to stop. Even if Brisbane's Origin stars play restricted minutes, their middle unit has far too much power for the Dragons to contain. This could get ugly. Prediction: Broncos win. Estimated score 34-12. Up in the capital, the Raiders host the Cowboys. North Queensland got a much-needed win over Souths last week, but their defense remains a massive red flag, consistently leaking soft meters and giving away cheap field position. Canberra is a notoriously brutal road trip in late May. The Raiders thrive in these cold, grinding, late-afternoon winter fixtures. If Canberra can win the territory battle early and shut down the Cowboys' offloads, they will secure a tight one. Prediction: Raiders win. Estimated score, 22-18. Finally, to wrap up round 13, the Penrith Panthers face the New Zealand Warriors at CommBank Stadium. If there is one club in the NRL built to survive and thrive during the origin period, it's Penrith. Their system is so clinical that their depth players step in and perform their roles seamlessly. The Warriors are playing tough, physical football right now, but matching Penrith's error-free, high-pressure execution for a full 80 minutes is a mountain too high to climb, especially at a neutral Sydney venue. Prediction: Panthers win. Estimated score, 20-12. So, there you have it. Those are my official analysis and score predictions for a massive round 13. But remember, keep a very close eye on the final late mail exactly 60 minutes before Friday night's kickoff. If key playmakers or origin stars drop out at the last second, it changes everything. Who are you tipping to win this weekend? Do you agree with my Bulldogs upset call? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your mates in your tipping comp, and subscribe to Makena for more elite NRL content. See you in the next one.
It's a Parramatta try. Eels again with the there. Plus they want to get to 40 here. Here's their chance. They will get to 40 and back to 20 to finish off like a good fullback. Beyond them the way they go. Why not keep it alive? Twiddle dives onto the loose ball. All the bench was up. So the Eels' first hit out of 2026. A lot of positives there.